The strengths of my performer in terms of his skill, where he had a really powerful first serve. Even though it lacked in accuracy, he didn't get it in a lot. When he did get it in, it was really hard to return, so he was getting a lot of aces. Another one of his skill was his he had a really good backhand slice, so when he was under pressure from his opponent, he was able to play a nice backhand slice so he could return to the middle of the court, ready for the next shot. And his another skill he was good at was his he had a really flat forehand as well. It didn't have a lot of topspin on, but it had a lot of power on his forehand, so he was running around onto his forehand a lot and taking it. The strengths of his tactics and strategies were that he used the pull-in, push-out tactic a lot, which is where he used the drop shot to pull his opponent into the net, and then he used a lob to push them back. This is a really effective tactic and strategy because it tires out their opponent very quickly. He was also good at anticipating shots that his opponent was going to hit. So by the time his opponent had hit the ball, he was already prepared for the ball, even if his opponent was going for a winner or was going to try and make him make a forced error. The two key strengths of his fitness were definitely his cardiovascular endurance. He was running around the court a lot. He was getting most of the balls back, even if his opponent thought they were going to be winners. He was really fast around court, so his speed was really good as well. And he also had really good muscular endurance, which meant that he could keep up the power on his ground strokes and his serve as well. His weaknesses in his play were that his first serve did lack quite a lot of accuracy, which meant that he was only getting maybe, if he was lucky, one first serve in for his service game. And his second serve also lacked accuracy, which meant that he was losing quite a lot of points on his serve. Another weakness was his backhand. He didn't really have a backhand apart from a slice backhand, which means that if his opponent hit the ball on his backhand side, even though if he was able to attack it, he couldn't because his slice didn't enable him to attack the ball at all. A weakness from his tactics was that he often didn't split step, which means that when you split step, you're a lot more prepared and ready for his opponent's shot. Because he didn't split step, he didn't have a lot of time to react to where the ball was going to go, even though he was good at anticipating it. If he could split step, this would give him an advantage. Another one of his weaknesses for his tactics was that sometimes he chose the wrong time to use an approach shot and go into the net to attack the net. Sometimes he was using, if his opponent hit quite a deep ground stroke shot, like forehand or backhand, he was sometimes coming into the net, which gave his opponent a lot of time to be able to think about where they could hit a passing shot. A weakness of his fitness was his flexibility, because he was quite tall. He was about 6 foot. This meant his flexibility wasn't as good as it could be, which means sometimes he wasn't able to reach some approach shots that were going down the line or cross court. Another one of the weaknesses for his flexibility was his agility. This also wouldn't have helped by the fact that he was quite tall, but he wasn't able to change direction quickly. If he could improve these weaknesses for his fitness, then be a really good tennis player.